Hey, you guys. So, I really don't have an exact topic that I want to discuss. I should have brought that up before I came online, but I will just say that you can ask me anything that's going on, anything you want to know about, or have a question about. I see I have like a couple of these. I have a bunch of different screens going at the same time just to kind of see how this works and if I can get it to look the way I want it to look. So what I will tell you is that the we do have some upcoming blackjack dates. Oh, I'm meant to call that guy tonight. Dang. Okay, so right now we have one that's gonna happen on Saturday, and another one that is gonna be scheduled for next week. And so we are constantly looking for new guys to join up, register, say they want to participate. And there's no cost to be the one of the jacks. So if you want to know how it works, generally when we do these, so my client is the ace. So he is the one who I interview more thoroughly and will say like he'll tell me what kind of guy he's looking for, why love now, who he is, and what he wants. And then my team and I go out and try to find guys that um, match that description. Now the thing is, on the date, it's done at the same time. So if he arranges to meet three or five guys at the same time, then they do a group activity, and it's designed to help him see, kind of just get everybody at once instead of individually, where people might be a little more closed off. Y'all know how it is out here. It's a tough road to hoe, and the thing is, probably could use a better choice of words there, but anyway. Um, but in trying to find somebody, that's what it can turn into. So uh, that's how we have it set up. And then they go out on the date, they hang out together, and then after that's over, then he gets to choose. The ace gets to choose which of the jacks he would like to see again, and then we make arrangements for that to happen. And so it's actually a lot of fun. A lot of the guys that have participated say that they, really enjoy it. They think it's a very different way, of course, of going out. And so if you kind of know, if you're familiar with like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, it's a lot like that. So what they're doing, how it is like towards the end where it's only a couple of folks left and they say, okay, we're gonna go to I don't know, they do a lot of ritzy stuff on that show because they have the ability to do that. But uh, but yeah, that's what it is. So if you're interested in it or know that somebody that might be who might be dating, then I would encourage you to check it out. So you can go to knqmatchmaking.com and slash registration, and then just submit the information and we'll be in touch. You can also request to be an ace by going to the site, and then I will talk to you myself and we'll talk about what you want and what you're looking for. It is a very original idea, and it's not something that other people are doing. I do think that it seems a bit intimidating. I can understand on either side because there is a level of, let's say, competition usually between the jacks. They now, and I'll say, like with any competition though, some people are, let's say, a little more aggressive. Have a lot of steam, so we do have a few of those happening right now. And if you want to be a part of that, then you want to go to the site and look us up. Meanwhile, I'm wondering if there's anything. I'm trying to, and it's weird because I'm usually watching all of the talk shows that are on, and I'll talk about the different things that they have going on, including that I put together is working to see, how it all comes together and what I need to make sure I do the next time I do this because I do plan on doing this regularly, just to either update or whatnot. Um, we are also looking for face cards, which are our, basically a brand ambassador is what that is. So you would get like benefits for doing that and being a part and helping other people become a part. So we want to be able to discuss that a little more in detail once we kind of flesh out the idea. But we want you to be aware of what's going on. Um, so we have those dates, and of course, those are only the blackjack dates are only available once we get requests. So we usually don't kind of um, pick people to just be folks that we're suddenly searching for. Um, and I'll also just mention real quickly because I did put myself on a little time limit. Um, that I think it's important that guys understand like where I'm coming from with trying to put this together. I have been doing Kings and Queens forever. Hey, Rashad. And what can be frustrating is how I guess I'll just say like the resistance that you can get a lot of times because there are so many folks who see. I think they have an aversion to matchmaking because they see it a certain way, as far as it not being the kind of thing that I think they're used to and what they know how to do. And maybe guys feel like they know how to meet men, so they don't feel like they need to ask a service to help them do that. But what I would say is that it's not so much about the meeting of people. I think a lot of folks know how to do that however they do it, whether they're online or in clubs or at social organizations or whatever. People tend to kind of just get in where they fit in. But by that same token, it can still be really difficult to meet somebody just because people are not always, how can I say this? Sometimes you can hang around the same folks a lot, particularly in the cases of like social organizations, and then they see you as like a brother. It's not the same level of yeah, we should go out. We have things in common. Let's end up together. They don't tend to think that way, and so trying to find people that you can be like on a romantic track with is difficult to say the least. And also it would be nice, I don't know, I think I'm a pretty introspective person, but of course I would have my own personal bias because I'd be talking about myself. And I think that when you have someone who can say, a dating coach, if you will, who can kind of talk to you about, well, I would say all of the exchange. I mean, there's parts that I don't know if I would say keep secret, but I do think there are things that I probably wouldn't reveal until a little further on, where there are other folks who feel like, oh no, you should be upfront with it and kind of, blurt it out on the first date. I think that's a lot. But but then too, a lot of it can just be who you're talking to. And that's what we're trying to get to is like, what's your selling point? You be yourself. Just a couple of days ago, I'm a part of the Urban League Young Professionals, and we had our meeting earlier this week. I think it was Monday, and these two, they were talking about cuffing season and saying that it's difficult to date because the moderators. Let me just start here. The moderators were this married couple. Now, I never heard of either one of them, but they were well, he was a minister. I don't know about her, but he was a minister, but they were like also very attractive. Both of them were I would say a strong 8, both of them. And so when they were talking, I don't know, I just have this thing about fine people going on about the struggles of life, and I just sometimes I don't buy it, especially in relationships and love. But I guess at the same time, Having nobody can be equally as difficult as having everybody. So maybe if you have too many to sort through, that's as difficult a problem as having nobody to talk to at all. So anyway, I just listened to what they had to say. I had another obligation, so I had to leave a little early. But a lot of what they were saying kind of does make sense. I will say that they started with like the why do you think it's hard to date in Atlanta? Now, I hate when people qualify Atlanta in a question like that, because I don't think that for real it's that different than other places. Whether that's because it's in the South, or because it's a large city, or because it's got a lot of Black folks, or because it's got a lot of gay folks, or because it's got a lot of Black gay folks. I don't think any of that is relevant as to why it's difficult to find somebody. And so when you ask this question, it's just very I guess it's not condescending, but we also know that Atlanta's full of transplants. A lot of folks here came from somewhere else. So when they talk about why it's difficult to date here, we got a lot of different answers. I felt like, for me, and my dating life in particular, and a lot of the people that I know, for me, I'm bothered by the fact that I feel like people don't want to be themselves. It's too many folks who are, I feel like, trying to be what they think other people want them to be, and it just looks inauthentic to me a lot. And I don't always think you can always tell right away. Sometimes people do have a legitimate interest in something that they don't look like they would be interested in, but it can be difficult to kind of weed those people out. You want to see some new faces, especially in a city that's as big as this one. So and with folks coming here by the day, by the bus and or truck and or plane load every day, looking for somebody. So there are folks who are available that we want to make sure that we get y'all together and have events and things like that. We have a lot of stuff that I want you to look at on the website, so that you know what's going on and you can be a part and you can tell your friends. People who have come to my events, love them. They think that they're innovative and different and new. And just for us, we have our speed dating events. We're kind of going to back those up to probably about once a quarter now. But we will have one more before the year is out. It's probably going to be November right now is what's tentative. But again, if you sign up with us, if you just register, it's free. You're not paying money. But if you go to again knqmatchmaking.com, then if you register, you'll be able to see what's happening with us, because you'll get those emails and they'll tell you what's going on, and you can get in on some good rates and stuff like that. We don't charge a whole lot of money, but we do want you to be active and kind of get out of the house. I have entire philosophies about what I think goes on in those kinds of situations, and in future videos I will cover those things. But for the moment, that's gonna be it. So if anybody has a okay, one more time, it's www.knq, Kings and Queens, knq matchmaking.com. And you visit there, and then all the stuff is there. Everything's laid out, all the events, all the event types, and you can register to be a part of them as they come up. So when you register, you'll get the emails, and you can also always independently ask for events to be done. And then, of course, we just contact you and get everything set up. All right, so that is my time, because I wanted to make sure I got this done and wanted to see how this would go. And it looks like it went pretty well. So I will, if you have any questions, again, all that information is available on the website. And hopefully we'll see you at an event soon.